me tell you the number one trick for you to master semen retention. You know when you leave at least 4 days from the moment you nutted until the next moment you nut, that you feel better. Your energy starts coming up, your testosterone starts coming up, you feel more energized, you feel like doing more stuff instead of feeling lethargic and just like resting and watching some whatever videos and resting on the couch. Our bodies, as animals that we are made to move, not necessarily to exercise and to exert ourselves, but to be on the move, to, just like kids do, even if they are not fed chocolate or tea that are filled with caffeine. So my number one trick is for you to cut out dairy. You see, it's been around 2 weeks, maybe more, I don't know, since I nutted. And I did even involuntarily, because I had some butter, cream or ice cream is as well dairy, yogurt, cheese, milk, any of these will mess up not only with your hunger signaling but also your sexual hunger signaling. Meaning that you might wake up in the middle of the night, just like it happened to me, completely unbalanced when it comes to your libido. Your libido, your sex drive, should show up whenever you are surrounded by at least one female which is fertile. If you have a female which is attractive and fertile, you will feel aroused as to engage in intercourse and impregnate her. If you succeed in doing so because she feels attracted to you and doesn't run away, that happens in nature as well, she will be pregnant for around 9 months. You see, from the moment you impregnate her, her smell changes, meaning you no longer feel the pheromone attraction to jump on her again. After she gives birth, around another 9 months, maybe less, maybe more, that she will be breastfeeding the child, and afterwards, after that around 1 year period, maybe a little less, the pheromones will start coming up again. If you jump on her, she will impregnate her, and the cycle begins once more. You see, naturally sex occurs for humans if you only have one woman around you once every 1.5 years, around that, both for women and for men. We, because we don't impregnate our partners, the smell continue and we feel like going after them more and more and more, and because we also consume dairy. So yeah, the number one trick for you to master retention, semen retention, after the number 0 trick, which is don't be surrounded by fertile attractive women, of course, unless you want to impregnate them, is to cut out dairy. You might have read that raw dairy is very nutritious. It is, but do you know what's even more nutritious and doesn't have all of this problem of messing up with your food and sex hunger signaling? Red meat, muscle, fat, organs, marrow, blood, from whole healthy animals. You don't want to hear the WHO, you want to eat whole healthy animals. WHA. Forget about dairy, go into this. Sex is not natural unless to impregnate. Sex is not natural unless to impregnate. Sex is not natural unless to impregnate. If you look at cattle, at dogs or whatever, females typically have around, maybe it depends on their age, they can have like 10, 15, 20 kids in their life. They typically have in pairs, but they typically live far less than us. Humans, I'm already 28. If I started at 13, which would be what naturally would happen if somebody would find me attractive, I would have already 10 kids from these 15 years. From 13 to 28, I would already have 10 kids if I did them once every 1.5 years. Naturally, women do not have periods unless they don't have a man around them, because if they do have a man around them, they are fertile, they smell great, you jump on her, she gets pregnant, and the period doesn't show up. Pregnancy does. Period is a punishment from nature to say you failed at finding a partner that finds you attractive enough to impregnate you. It means you are wasting your life either closed out at some place, at home or whatever, where nobody can see you, or you are obsessing over career or traveling or whatever, instead of what actually will be the only thing that will fulfill you, which is creating a family, eating naturally, being surrounded by nature, catching some sun, resting as much as you wish. Jobs are completely artificial. Work might not be artificial as long as you do it when you want, if you want. Maybe try to arrange the house, maybe try to fix the fences, maybe pet the cat, maybe like the mother feeding the children. That's all work. Hunting is work. You have to do something to get something. But it's not a job. You don't have to be there 9 to 5. You don't have to go when you don't want to. So there you have it. If you do want to get the benefits of semen retention, depending on your age, if you're a teen, you need to be at least 4 days without nutting. If you're in your 20s, you should be at least 1 week without nutting. If you're in your 30s, you should be at least 2 weeks without nutting. If you are in your 40s, at least 3 weeks without nutting. And if you are 50 and older, you should be at least 1 month without nutting. But once you reach your 60s, I would guess, the same goes for women, that they stop being fertile. The men, if they have a partner around their age, they no longer feel attracted to them, thus not having sexual inclination, thus stopping to nut around 60, just like a woman. We as human beings, from what I've read in some ancient books, which are just indications, not proof, we are capped at 120 years. So yeah, maybe it's around later than that if we truly live naturally, but can we do so with so much pollution, with so much artificiality? I don't know. With 5G, with the things we took when we were kids, the foods we put in our mouths, I don't know, even the grasses that are not as green or as natural as they were. So yeah, just know that independently on how much we do live, semen retention works. It helps you out. If you, independently of your age, as long as you are not in andropause age, if you live 1 month and you actually nut once a month, it's not gonna hinder you specifically. If you always live 1 month, yeah, you might feel a little bit tired, but after 2 days, you'll feel energized once again. But because when you nut, you basically drop your whatever bodily levels, you can call that testosterone, I don't know if that will be correct, by half. But if you nut once again before it filling back up, you will go almost to zero, feeling completely lethargic, completely scared to go outside, etc. So yeah, please do nut only for pregnancy. And if you don't, because you live artificially still, make sure you live 1 month so that the reservoir will fill itself back up. You don't want to be stuck at home or to go outside frightened of what people gonna think of you because you are low testosterone, because you're consuming shit food which is made for babies, not you. You want to retain your semen unless to create new life on this planet for you and your partner to create family, a tribe of your own. Thanks for watching.